So today, on this stage, we will hear the 50 Founders Battle. It will be divided into 4 categories, starting with sustainability, moving on to fintech, then B2B, and then AI and machine learning. At the end of the day, we will hear the LMT IoT Hackathon 3 winners, which will also be a part of the 50 Founders Battle. So how will it work? We will start out by introducing the jury of each track, who know a bit more around the field of this 50 Founders Battles, one of the categories. After the jury, we will invite each of the startups' pitches. Once we hear the pitches, each of the startup founders will join us on stage remotely to answer the jury's questions. There will be 2 minutes for answering the questions. After this, we will hear all the startups during today and all the categories. So starting out with the first one, I will introduce the first category, sustainability track, and also introducing the jury members I will also invite to share a bit about yourselves. So introducing the jury of the sustainability track. Jerome Whittemer, Managing Partner at Expawn Capital. Mark Durno, Managing Partner at Agri-Food at Rockstart. Aija Pärta, CFO and Partner at Ruby Light. And Andris Milanavicius, Founder and Development Officer at Baltic Sandbox. Lovely to have you here. Could you please share a bit about yourselves, starting with Jerome?
Hi, everyone. Good to be here with you guys this morning. So Expawn Capital, we're VC that invests in tech firms around the world. We target specifically companies that have a very large ambition, unicorn type, but also mixed with an impact ambition, because we want the companies to address one or more of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And we invest across the whole spectrum from Series C all the way to Series C, D, and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one, can you share a bit about yourself, Mike Durno? Mark Durno.
Hi, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're calling from. Thanks for having me today. I'm the managing partner at Rockstart Agri-Food. We are here to fund the transformation to a more regenerative and sustainable future. We do that by investing pre-seed and seed phase, and then continuing to co-invest up to Series A with our funds. And we also pair that with our accelerator program. We've been running accelerators since 2011 out of Amsterdam and also Copenhagen and Bogota. And we've got 3 core focuses around the agri-food domain, the energy domain, and emerging tech. So looking forward to hearing the pitches today. Thanks.
Nice, thank you. Okay, next one, Aija Pärta.
Hello everyone. I'm Aija from Ruby Light. We are a privately owned investment company with the focus in investment in B2C startups mostly, that are especially built around communities. So we are considering ourselves being experts in communities. We help with the assistance in product growth as well. And I mean, we also have some interest in startups that are building some solutions in sustainable future. So happy to be on board of jury.
Okay, thank you, Aija. And last one, but not the least, Andrius.
Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon to everyone. I'm Andrius. I represent a company called Baltic Sandbox. Baltic Sandbox is a pretty new, I'd say, player in the Baltics. We are only 3 years old, but we did start to invest into sustainable solutions, or let's say diverse solutions, before it was cool. We did invest into women in tech startups. We did invest in other, let's say, we call this track Eastern tech to the Western track ideas. And currently we're looking even deeper into impactful solutions. And we are launching a new initiative called Silver Tech. And it's tightly connected to all the solutions for the senior, let's call it, audience. But I'll be able to share a bit more about this, and let's have an amazing day together with amazing sustainable solutions today. I'm glad to be here.
Nice, perfect attitude. Okay, so I think we can start, and I will invite the first pitch, the startup ProProtein.
Hi, I'm Geisa from ProProtein. Dairy has an essential role in human nutrition. Unfortunately, it has considerable impact on our environment. People are also giving up dairy because they're worried about cholesterol or animal welfare, or they're lactose intolerant. In recent years, there has been an increasing demand for vegan dairy alternative consumption. Unfortunately, the plant proteins have different chemical and physical properties, which do not allow them to create a texture that is needed for melting cheese or creamy yogurt. The plant alternatives have inferior texture, nutrition, and off flavors. We in ProProtein are solving these two problems by developing a technology for producing dairy proteins without the need for animal farming. We introduce casein-expressing genes into the yeast genome. The resulting yeast starts producing the same dairy proteins, which can be allocated and used as an ingredient to create a non-animal cheese or yogurt that has the same flavor, texture, and nutrition as a real milk product. In this slide, you can see our biggest competitors. There are currently 14 companies in the world that are fermenting casein, whey, or infant formula proteins. All but one are still in laboratory or pilot scale, and 5 of them are located in the EU. We are 4 years from the launch. But what are our competitor features? In the nature, there exist dozens of casein types. We have wisely selected the chosen casein types for the best structure and decreased allergenicity. We are using a well-targeted host organism which is non-pathogenic, ensures has high yields and stable production. And our business model allows our clients to obtain self-reliance for the protein supply. What is our business model? The global dairy alternative market is estimated to be worth $36.7 billion by 2025. We are developing an optimized process technology and license it. We will sell the license to dairy and alternative protein companies. We will have revenues from the sales of license, commissions from the sales of machinery, and product development upon our client's request. Our milestones. The yeast strain will be ready by June. We are aiming our pilot testing by 2023 and selling the licenses by 2025. We are looking for 250,000 investments complemented with 250,000 research grants. And our team. I am a food technologist and have worked as dairy alternative developer, thus have knowledge about the industry's needs. My co-founder Tina is a professor in University of Tartu. She is a molecular biologist and geneticist and has extensive background working with yeast and expressing proteins with them. Thank you.
Okay, and now we will invite Kaisa Orgusar, the CEO, for the questioning. Jury, remember that you have 2 minutes to ask questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand so that I can give you a chance to speak. Okay, yeah.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, lovely to have you. Okay, Mark.
Hi, thanks for the presentation there. That was great to learn a little bit more about ProProtein. I have a question around the legislation and regulatory barriers that you're going to face in the EU, potentially, because of course you've got GMO strains, I think, because it's synthetic biology you're using. Is that correct?
Is it correct? And also it applies to novel food regulations, but we are also looking further away from Europe, also the North America, which is easier to enter.
Yeah, so that was going to be my question, because if you look at Perfect Day, of course, I think that's probably the benchmark here. They got started early and they didn't have the same hurdles to jump through, considering that you've got 16 member states who've banned GMOs in Europe. What's your go-to-market strategy there, and how are you going to navigate those regulatory challenges?
There's also option to not use the GMO. It can be removed from the media, so it will not apply as a GMO product.
Okay.
So we can go away from this GMO regulations.
Is that the plan for ProProtein?
That's one option, and but we also have to consider the regulations as well as a backup plan, and we will work on it.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Kaisa.
You're
Hi,
up.
Kasia.
Hi.
Hi. Question, what's your path to protecting your IP?
We are going to license the yeast strain and also the technology.
Just licensing it, but what is your level of, what kind of protection are you going to create against
a patent?
Competition? All right, and where are you in terms of the process, and how many patents do you think you can file?
At the moment, we are still in the development process. So once it's done, then we can start filling in the patent.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The time's up, so thank you, Kaisa, for joining us. Next one up, let's invite the pitch for Extratique. Okay, so going back. So staying with Extratique. Please put on the pitch. Okay, moving on to the third one. Let's move on to Sharentic.
Hi, my name is Lauris and I'm a founder at Sharentic. Sharentic is an app that helps people borrow things without worrying about deliveries. Take a look around your home. How much of the stuff that you have is just laying around catching dust? If you are the average consumer, probably a lot of it. And that's because research shows that we regret 1/3 of the purchases that we make. But do we have any other choice? We're constantly nudged to pay full price for things that we only use occasionally. And the cost of that? Billions lost in household savings, and enough waste generated annually to cover a landfill the size of the island of Manhattan. It's 2021. We all deserve something better. So imagine a platform that turns your local city into an extended storage space. You can take things and put them back in as needed. It's a product that helps people save money, save time, and stay mobile in a world where we are increasingly weighed down by the things that we own. And I have some great news. The alpha version of Sharentic is already out. On a lazy Saturday morning, you can rent out your hiking kit, get it delivered, and return it from the comfort of your home. Our purpose is to help people live lightly with no compromise. And our business model is straightforward. We apply a take rate to every single transaction, and our initial product categories are recreational goods, household appliances, and consumer electronics. We are tackling a huge opportunity here, and an indirect competitor has already generated $50 million in annual recurring revenue after a few years of being live. But we don't want to be just an Airbnb for renting out stuff. We want to control the customer experience end to end by providing seamless deliveries, by creating an innovative UX that will allow people to discover how they can integrate Sharentic into their lives and reward users for the sustainable choices that they make. The team that's building this has battle scars and has worked with companies like Uber. And additionally, we're advised by Mika Matikainen, who co-founded Wolt, an app that I'm sure that some of you have even used today. We started development in January, we launched our MVP in mid-March, and since then, some of our returning customers have paid more than €100 on Sharentic. On top of that, we raised $50,000 in funding from a US angel investor. So for that reason, we're raising $250K for a pre-seed funding round so that we can expand our team and get to product market fit in our target markets. Additionally, we're hiring, so if you want to join our team, let us know. The World Economic Forum has declared that the circular economy is key for combating climate change, and Sharentic will be a part of that solution. So if you want to make your mark on the world, get in touch with Sharentic. Thank you.
Thank you. And inviting to the stage Lauris Virbulis. Jury, you have 2 minutes to ask questions. Yeah? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Two windows are open. Hi. So my question about the competition. The competition is there and barriers are quite low. So how do you consider you can become a competitor player on the market? And what is your ideas on building up the barriers for other players?
That's actually an excellent question. We have been thinking about defensibility and network effects since day one when we were developing the business model. And obviously, marketplaces do have natural defensibility due to network effects. But how we're going to do this is that we use a B2C approach for getting our supply. This means that we embed our web app and our API into our suppliers' inventory management systems, which increases switching costs if they do want to, use another solution. And on the demand side, as a marketplace, what we do is that we're focusing on discovery features. We're focusing on a user reward system, which is something that our competitors actually aren't doing right now. And this will increase retention, and this will increase sunk costs by the user so that he will stay on the app and use our app if we enter a market where a competitor already exists.
Hi, Loris. Nice presentation. Quick question on the logistics, because this seems to be, the core of your business in a way. So what's the strategy there to provide an excellent and enjoyable experience to your users?
Yeah, that's actually a very important question. We get it a lot. Currently, what we're doing is we're running it at a concierge MVP level. So every member of the team has a weekly quota of how many deliveries we do. And we adopt this strategy because it's excellent for customer development. We can do entry interviews, we can do exit interviews, and we can learn more about our customer, because that's the most important thing right now, staying as close to our customers as possible. We already have an internal web app developed outside of the iOS app, which we use to manage deliveries. And we're going to turn this app into basically an additional mini product, and we're going to develop our own logistics network slowly. We're going to build it up. Additionally, we do have partnerships already planned with delivery startups operating here in the Baltics as well as in Germany. So that's a work in progress. So the idea is to develop our own network. And if there's some slack that needs to be filled up, we can use third-party service providers so that our customers are never disappointed.
Thank you, Lars. The timing is up. Thank you. It is how it is. Those are the rules. Okay, so inviting the next team's pitch, BalticFreya.
Hi there, I'm Robert, and I'm here to tell you about a startup called BalticFreya. Nowadays, greenhouse farmers are using hydroponic equipment to grow our food, but it has a few problems. Root disease. If one plant in the production line gets it, every plant does. Majority of hydroponic systems are not circular, therefore enormous amounts of water and fertilizer are simply thrown away. High initial investment. Without any support, greenhouse farmers are unable to purchase new growing equipment. BalticFreya came up with a solution. Stackable farming modules that use fog to deliver the nutrients. Our modules use the absolute minimum of water and fertilizer. The module system is circular, so nothing goes to waste. Thanks to fog, the plants grow bigger, faster, and it is basically impossible for root disease to spread in it. We have achieved this because we found a way to properly evaluate, monitor, and control the fog. The best part is, we can patent it. The business plan is simple. We sell stackable farming modules to greenhouse farmers for €500 per square meter. After every growth cycle, the growing cloth on top of every module needs to be changed, so the greenhouse farmer is locked in. Every month, he will buy our consumables. The worldwide indoor farming market is huge and it is growing rapidly. When it comes to technology like our, USA has the biggest market and Asia is second. Europe is lacking behind, but European vertical farming market is expected to grow the most. So we are in the right place at the right time. Where do we stand in the market? Our aeroponic competitors are expensive and aren't selling much. BalticFreya, on the other hand, is actually making this problem-solving technology affordable, so we can sell a lot of it and we lock in our customers. Who are we? There's me, Robertas. I never shut up and I'm a biochemist. Gediminas, part of a family business, started PhD studies in agronomy just for this project. Vilmantas, the guy you call when your computer is not working, the guy that can fix anything. We are mentored by Stella, a person whose job is to turn innovations into businesses. And we are consulted by experts in science and business. Thank you.
Okay, so inviting Roberta Scatinas to the digital stage. And jury, you have 2 minutes to ask questions.
Hello.
Yeah, Mark?
Thanks, Robertos. Thanks for the presentation. So I used to operate hydroponic greenhouses for a number of years. So the first thing I want to challenge you on is the idea that hydroponic greenhouses are not circular. When it comes to precision production, we want to try and capture as much as that nutrient and recycle it through the system as possible, which is sometimes where there's an issue with pathogens. So I think the first question I would have in terms of runoff from your fogging system and capture of nutrients, do you have any circularity built into your system? And then the second question on the back of that is, what's the impact when it comes to operating expenditure for your pumps and energy in running? Presumably you've got some high pressure pumps or high pressure distribution going through there. Perhaps you can elaborate on those 2 points, please.
Yeah, so when it comes to circularity, hydroponic systems use a lot of water and the fertilizer. And as you know, you need to change the medium every now and then. So basically, you're still throwing an enormous amount of resources out of the system. So basically, for 1 kilogram of lettuce, you need like at least 20 liters of water. With our prototype, we managed to grow 1 kilo of lettuce with 2.5 liters of water. So you're circulating 20, we are circulating 2.5. And when it comes to creating the fog, our technology is based on ultrasonic waves. So we are using less energy than the pumps of hydroponic systems. And we do not have the problem of high pressure nozzles, which tend to often clog, which is a huge pain in the other end. And when it comes to basic fogponics, which uses ultrasonic plates, those tend to crack. We do not have those either. We have our efficient fog evaluation, monitoring, and control system, and we have our proprietary fog creation system. So there are 2 things of hardware, and there's a lot of software in our technology that we're making. And we believe that we have solved those problems.
Hi, Robertus. I'm not sure we have still time, but I just wanted to tell you I really enjoyed the presentation and hearing your answers as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Thank you. And thank you, Robertus. So the next one up, I'm inviting the pitch of Zoombox.
Hi, I'm Hardy from Zoombox, and we are Booking.com, a fully automated private workspaces. So the problem is that people work more remotely, and there is no affordable and worker-friendly solution to find private place to work while you are not at your regular office or you're on the go. So, but you still want to get your work done. If you could only pay for space if you use it. So here is the solution. Booking platform that enables to rent workspaces at airport stations or wherever you are, and you can pay by the minute. So how it works? Really easy, simple. You can book it before or with the QR code at the spot. So for people, it's easy to find to book, standard quality and affordable price like electric scooters. And for locations, we help them to generate extra revenue and find new customers. And we help them to turn empty spaces to full automated working areas. Business model. We need Zoombox app, we need Zoombox location, and we can already offer with Zoombox location to the customers short-term rent service. Revenue projections. If, for example, we have 1,000 boxes, we'll make around 14 million euros gross revenue. And it's important here that we need only 1.5 hours per day to be in break-even. So another important issue that we don't own booths and spaces, but we connect them into one network. Our challenge for 2022 is revenue 1 million euros. And the competition is just starting right now. So who is faster and wiser will win the race, I think. So where we are right now, we have platform live in Tallinn, Estonia, up to 100 pods ready to onboard this year, and really fast growing market. Our strategy is to start from airports and stations and then go to the business and residential districts. So our team, we've been working together over 2 years, 5 members. We have 2 really good advisors and really excellent angel investors on board. So we offering you to invest up to 300k, and we already have half of it covered. So you have to be fast. We help people work from anywhere, and we are from Zoombox, and I'm Hardy Guinness. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and inviting to the stage Hardy Guinness to answer the questions. Jury, you have 2 minutes. Aya?
My question again about the competition. So, I mean, there are still and booth producers as well. How do you plan to engage your users and retain them?
Thank you very much for the question. You're right. And important is here that we are not only booth market, but the private workspaces. So we started as an offsite meetings platform. And important is where people want to work. It's not only about the booths. It's around the city, everywhere. So our aim is to offer people places to work they can access with their app very easily, cheap, and it's like electric scooter.
Okay,
thank you so much. Thank you so much here for the presentation. My question is, but just from the honest perspective, how is it really a problem with the times when everyone actually learned to work from the coffee shops, all those co-working spaces? Where do you see the perspective, and how long do you see it's going to be here, like after everyone is going to get tired?
Thank you for the question. I see that one problem is that you don't have privacy when you're in the cafeteria or at home or at the airport, for example, when children are running around or the loudspeakers are announcing new flights. The other side is that the gig economy is booming. So with the help of technology and the COVID, there are more people that are offering their services as a freelancers. And they don't need office, and even the co-working is not the private place to work. So what if you can just pay by the hour or minute, do your things or Zoom calls, and then go for running, for example, or go back home, or I don't know. Then you can go to the cafeteria. So the privacy, silence, that kind of thing is what we offer.
Hey, Hardy, thank you.
Thank you.
So inviting next one up, Gelatex and their pitch.
Hi, I'm Märt-Erik from Gelatex, a materials technology company specializing in nanofibers. There hasn't been an innovation on how we produce meat for 10,000 years. The current meat production is responsible of massive land and water use. In addition, it produces 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and the majority of the meat consumed today is grown using antibiotics. Luckily, there's a solution for that, lab-grown or cell-based meat. It is estimated that already in 2040, 35% of the meat consumed will be cell-based. And this is a $1.2 trillion market. In order to achieve something that feels, tastes, looks, something like animal-based meat, we need scaffolds. So the scaffold mimics the structure of extracellular matrix, the stuff that binds the cells together to make up a tissue. Current scaffolds used in tissue engineering are really expensive or not achievable in large quantities. So our solution is a high-performance nanofibrillary scaffold that is edible and that is has a low cost. It has a unique 3D morphology to induce the muscle growth. It works with different cell lines such as pork, beef, and also fish and chicken. And what most importantly, it's highly scalable and has an automated production. Our competitive advantage relies on a high throughput technology, how to produce nanofibers on a large scale. We have one patent filed around the technology, and we have a machinery up and running to produce these materials. Just to give you a comparison, the largest unit to produce nanofibers today costs 8 million to build on the market and produces only 360 grams of material per hour, whereas our semi-industrial prototype can already output 1.5 kilograms material. So this is 4 times more material per one machine, and the initial investment in our case is 40 times less compared to the electrospinning, the method I just described. So combining these two aspects, lower initial investment plus higher throughput, enables us to reduce the cost of nanofibers more than 90%. We are a team of material scientists, material technologists, engineers. My co-founder, Marian, has a background in business development and business consulting. Just with 400,000 euros of prior funding, we have our own facilities, fully operational production line, 2 patents filed, MVP launched on the market, and we're testing with top cultured meat companies in the world, such as those. In addition, our technology is applicable also in medicine, in filtration, but our main focus is on the cultured meat, where we see the biggest potential. For that, we're raising a 1.2 million, our first prize round, to further develop our product and expand the team, and we're looking for a last ticket. Thank you.
Thank you. And inviting to the stage Märt-Erik Martens to answer the questions. So, jury, you have 2 minutes. Aija?
Yeah, I wanted to dig deeper a little bit into your consumers, basically who they are. Do you need to educate them in order to switch to another technology? Can you elaborate on this?
Yes, thank you. Really good question. So nanofibers have been on the market already for 30 years, but they have made with really slow production technique, the electrospinning that I just described. So they have been proven to be a really high performance scaffold already, but so far the problem has been producing these materials in a large scale. This is what we're solving. So actually, there are some like structural differences, like a more porous structure that our materials have, but this is actually advantageous. So small, like we need to educate them a little bit, but mainly they are really familiar and they yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Mark?
Can I ask you to briefly elaborate on the business plan? Maybe I just missed it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so our business model is to sell the materials for at least first 4 years. After that, we see that to grow faster, we will start the licensing model as well to produce the materials on site where the meat is produced. But yeah, just to basically keep the business in the company for a longer time, we plan to produce in-house. And that's why we're not, let's say, starting with licensing too early.
Mark, you had a question as well.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the presentation. That was great. Just wondered if you could elaborate a little bit on how transferable the material is between different cultured meat products. So you mentioned fish, you mentioned lamb, you mentioned beef, for example. Do you use the same material scaffolding for all of them, or do you need to alter the output?
Yeah, good question again. So what is the point of scaffold is to mimic the extracellular matrix, right? And the extracellular matrix of all the mammalian tissues and also the chicken are quite similar. The fish is a little bit different. We have started 3 pilots now with fish companies, so we're expecting the results from that, whether we need to modify the material somehow. But other than that, the fibers, when they are present, they induce the cell differentiation, and this is what is really important, and that's what scaffolds need to do, despite the cell line that they're using.
Thank you. Thank you. So inviting next one up, the pitch of Taut.
My 4th grade teacher used to say that when you lag behind in studies, it's like you're sinking in a swamp and it's increasingly hard to get out. I experienced that many times. Thankfully, I got out of the swamp, but millions of kids every year do not. Like the United States, every year 1.2 million students drop out of high school, and the biggest reason is lack of student motivation. Motivated students are the ones who feel supported and understand what is asked from them. And learning is more than just a student-teacher interaction. School staff and families play an important role, so they need to be connected. Taut brings them, the whole school community, together in one digital space. Taut is a communications platform that combines a wide range of digital communication methods for school conversations, including classrooms. Kids get a standout digital classroom experience. Taut is a place for live classes, virtual learning, and parent conferences, classroom conversations to collaborate and build relationships, working with assignments, parent access so they can follow kids' progress and collaborate with teachers and other parents. And for everyone, we support translations to more than 100 languages so that even non-native speakers have a voice. We are making classroom communication more engaging with our variety of communication tools. But where we really shine is by bringing the community together in the same place, making it easier to support student learning. But I'm the most proud of our team. Our co-founders have specific engineering, design, and business experience to create a standout communication platform. Our advisors are edtech and platform experts with a proven track record. And we are supported by world-class organizations like Startup Wise Guys, LearnLaunch, and Super Angel. We are live for 6 weeks. We are running 3 school pilots in Estonia and are in discussions with 10 high schools in the US and are now opening our app for single signups. Taut is free for educators. There are monetization opportunities that we will implement along the way, but our goal is to be the leading communication app for schools. To deploy our first pilots and get to the first 5,000 educators in the US, we are raising our pre-seed round of 250,000 euros and are looking for investors who are as passionate about improving education as we are. My name is Kalvis. I'm the CEO of Taut, and we help students to avoid the learning swamp.
Thank you. And Kalvis Petersons inviting you to the stage. Yes, so let's start with questions. And hello, Aya already has a question for you.
Yes, hi. So how do you see your startup in the long term? Basically now, this is the problem for sure, while we have a lockdown, but afterwards, when everyone is free and able to attend in person, the classes. So who would be your target audience then?
Our target audience would be still schools. I understand your point that things will change at least in some way when things do go back to normal and kids return to class. However, the information exchange through materials, through conversations, as well as assignment exchange and connecting families with schools, it's not going away. In that sense, maybe the live classes function will a little bit lose the importance, but that is far from the only thing that we offer. So in any case, yeah, how education has changed during the past year is it just includes it goes way beyond classroom, and we are building our platform with that in mind. So I think we're pretty good for the future, but definitely we have to keep our eyes open, follow the situation. It's still being worked out how it will go on in future exactly.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any more questions?
Yeah, maybe nice presentation. Thank you. What is your go-to-market strategy? I mean, there's as you know, specifically in the US and K-12, there's a huge players there. You have the likes of Microsoft and others, and they typically own the market, right? And so, how do you get in when there are already legacy systems in place?
Yeah, so right now our focus is to offer our product free for all educators. Our goal is also to run first pilots in the US to build trust for ourselves and build experience there. But going from there, we will figure out the exact monetization opportunities along the way. But there are definitely some that we already see. But in any case, all the competitors that we have there, they have built their products few years ago when the outlook was much different. Where we see our advantage is that we are building our product for the new way of education right from the start.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kalvis. So inviting the next pitch, VREACH.
Reaching out for help using the power of virtual reality. My name is Marina and I'm from VREACH. Like when you have an autism. For people with autism, it is a daily challenge to build the contact, verbalize thoughts, communicate with others with words, and 78% do not get the therapy and help timely. And this is really nascent. So it is 28 million globally and famous people too. Elon, for example, has Asperger's syndrome, which is here in the spectrum of an autism. They are so successful and impactful, right? When I feel bad, I reach out to someone who can give me comfort or shelter to build the connection. I look for something stable which holds me up. So autism affects all, children, specialists, and parents. When people try to reach treatment, which previously was challenging in terms of accessibility, we are creating virtual help within REACH using VR. It is in the way that specialists working with children conduct therapy in virtual reality. So we operate with a providing specialist with a tool to train needed skills in virtual reality headset with an app for the laptop. We developed 3 rooms, we have 13 treatment programs, 3 specialists daily using this, and more than 50 children receive this therapy now. VREACH is available remotely, and this is the first remote and immersive therapy in Europe available. We developed accepted methodology approved by Latvian Medical Association. Highly trained speech pathologist said that she uses also for another cases such as speech disorders or cognitive disorders. So we are really excited about the extensibility of technology beyond. We are B2B, subscription-based, providing software and hardware if needed. We are not just autism. We're a technology platform, and the market will gonna show us where it's gonna be next showcase. The Latvian market is big. Also, the market of Finland is also very interesting and big. And now we raised 70K. Investors, that's why we're raising 70K to build a community, target 1,000 active participants in social media, convert into 150K engagements with therapists over the next 2 years, generating 750K in total revenue just from those hospital treatments. In parallel, in the community, we seek to launch other version, peer-to-peer. Our whole team, consisting from health tech specialists, product designers, and technology masters, would love to talk to you now. Thank you so much. It was Marina from VREACH. Marina.
Thank you. And inviting to the stage, Marina Petrakova. Jury, you have 2 minutes to ask questions.
Hi.
Aya?
Yeah, about your marketing strategy. So please tell us about your clients, the target audience, and what is the plan to address them?
Thank you for this question. This is very simple because we target mainly children with autism, and basically all of the sessions normally conducted by specialists who works in the hospital. So basically our clients are hospitals and specific needs institutions and educators who actually work in this kind of speech and other rehabilitation institutions. And basically our strategy is very simple, that we acquired several specialists who deliver this kind of sessions here in Latvia. And for now we are about to convert our users who are specialists to paying clients. And for now we are operating in Latvia, but technology help us to provide our therapy worldwide. So for now we are in Latvia, and in several months we are coming to Finland and other Scandinavia in order to provide our service remotely and B2B subscription based.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Andreas?
Thank you so much again for the presentation. I'm very glad to see you and see how you evolve. Could you briefly tell us about the biggest challenge you see in evolving with your project?
Well, the biggest challenge for now is a very busy world, which is resources, financial resources to raise and to continue to work successfully. For now, we're doing very well, but we are about to do a lot of things, and we are a great team. We have great advisors, and maybe it's not a great challenge, but a lot of small challenges which we deal in our team and our advisors and amazing healthcare professionals.
Thank you, Marina.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you, Marina, and best of luck. Well, we will move on to the next pitch by EMPYRIO.
Hi, I'm Alexander, CEO of EMPYRIO from Latvia. And this is Dietrich from Germany. He is a director of small wastewater treatment plant, which generates waste called sewage sludge. Dietrich is worried about the latest German sewage sludge ordinance, which will prohibit to use sewage sludge as fertilizer and will require mono-incineration of it within a decade. So he needs urgent solution to apply new legislation. The only possible sewage sludge utilization solution for him will be transportation to centralized mega incinerator plants all over Germany. but high gate fees and high transportation costs due to far distance are not acceptable for Dietrich. So he considers that better will be for him on-site sewage sludge utilization. But only available on-site solutions which are in the market are suitable for large volumes of sewage sludge and are not economically efficient. And fortunately, EMPYRIO has a solution for Dietrich and also other 314 small wastewater treatment plants in Germany. It is compact mono-incineration system for utilization of small volumes of sewage sludge. An EMPYRIO on-site solution is 2 times cheaper comparing with option of sewage sludge, far distance transportation and utilization at centralized mega incinerator plants. EMPYRIO inventors spent 10 years and hundreds of thousands of euros to realize successfully traditional fluidized bed technology in a small scale, which now is patent pending in the Europe, USA, China, Canada, Japan and Eurasian countries. And now EMPYRIO team of CEO, PhD, inventors and engineers with experience in sewage sludge treatment and with the support of German market experts are ready to bring compact incineration system first to German and later to European and world markets. Dietrich in 2020 agreed to become a pilot customer of EMPYRIO, and he is happy that EMPYRIO already has local German industrial partners to realize pilot project. But before pilot, additional prototype unit is required for EMPYRIO. And for that, we are raising 450,000 euro from venture investors or business angels with smaller tickets. And German market and sewage sludge application are just a start for EMPYRIO. Compact incineration system is low-cost transportable in containers all over the world and could utilize any kind of organic waste like biogas digested, manure, agricultural waste, and many more. So huge scale up should follow later. Please contact me to find out more about Dietrich and EMPYRIO. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And inviting to the stage Alexander Belskis. Jury, you have 2 minutes to ask questions.
Hello.
Hello.
Hiya. Yep.
Well, thanks very much for the presentation. You mentioned at the end there that you could apply this technology to other raw inputs other than sewage. Sure. Would the intention still be for incineration there, or is there any sort of side stream or output that can be upcycled post-processing?
Yeah. So our advantage is that we can work on high humid raw material, and depending on the calorific value of the energy inside the material and of the humidity, we could do just incineration and provide ash, or we could provide also extra energy. So it will depend on every case. So there will be plenty of application where will be extra energy produced, like for heating or for electricity production as well.
Thank you.
Could you briefly elaborate on the traction so far? Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we do have this prototype on chicken manure, yes, and we need a prototype for sewage sludge. And this chicken manure, there is a traction, there is a customer, paying customer, but for sewage sludge, it's a new application. We found this niche, and we're going to develop it. Yeah, and we do have this pilot customer in Germany who is ready to test our system over there, and have a plenty of feedback who are waiting to see these test results before continuing conversation about further steps. Yep. So there is
amazing. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you.
Inviting the last pitch, Compact.
My name is Kaisa, and I am the founder of Compact. We help companies act sustainably. Me and Egle have been active in the fields of sustainable business and environment for 8 years already. During this time, we have seen that many companies want to reach climate neutrality as one of their top priorities, but they are lacking concrete tools and methods to achieve this goal. At the moment, companies have to go through hundreds of pages of manuals or hire extra employees to deal with sustainability topics. This is highly inefficient and costly for the company. We provide an interactive AI-based toolkit for companies, helping them achieve climate neutrality by engaging their employees. Employees stay motivated through gamification. By doing small individual tasks and fun team challenges, they can collect points, compete with each other, and track their progress. This will increase the well-being and productivity of the employees at the workplace as well. We offer a B2B subscription model targeting medium-sized companies. We ask the company €5 per user a month. With Compact, companies will reach their sustainability goals, build a responsible brand, engage all employees, and cut down costs. Our toolkit can be integrated to Slack or Microsoft Teams, making it easy to use with just one click. We have won several startup competitions in Estonia, Finland, and the US, and we have received positive feedback from different stakeholders. With €0 spent on marketing, we have already been approached by 15 companies interested in our service. We have signed 8 LOIs and done 7 pilot projects. Most of our customers have a few hundred employees in Estonia and thousands across Europe. This means that it's easy for us to scale sector and location-wise. We will first target medium-sized English-speaking companies operating in banking, IT, and telecom sectors, as they are the first ones affected by new regulations. Today, our MVP is ready and tested with positive customer feedback. By the end of this year, we will have 20 companies on board, and from then on, we are planning to scale rapidly. Me, Egle, and Maria have known each other for 8 years already. We have a full-stack team of developers, marketing, business, and environmental experts on board. We are all passionate about sustainability and have the willpower to make this startup a success. Our advisors see high potential in our solution and are ready to support us. In order to scale and reach new markets, we are looking for an investment and 250K. I am Kaisa from Compact. We help companies act sustainably. Thank you.
Thank you. And inviting to the stage, Kaisa Hansen. Jury? Hello. Jury, you have 2 minutes to ask questions to Kaisa. And Aya, you're the one up.
Hi. Yes, I wanted to learn a little bit about the competition. So now probably you have the niche, but how will you address the competition further on when there are many players, because barriers are quite low?
Yeah, there are a few like mobile applications on the market, but our goal is not to be a mobile application. Our goal is to build a platform that can be connected to companies' communication tool, so Slack or Microsoft Teams, and it can be very easily used with just one click. And another thing is that we offer the company the opportunity to be in compliance with all the EU regulations and ESGs that are coming from the Union. And we can also scale sector, location, and also content-wise. So the company can choose which content they would want to use.
So you will be issuing some sort of a certificates that companies comply?
Yes, we are at the moment in negotiation with one Estonian organization that gives out the Green Office certificate. So we are planning to cooperate with them.
Hi, Kasia. Jerome here. I have a question regarding the measurability of the impact of the results that you generate. I think it's critical for the success of your business that you're able to track down, the effectiveness of your tool. So what can you say about that?
Yes, we have the data analysis system. So we are tracking all the data that is coming in, and we are also analyzing it and showing real life results to all the users and to all the companies, so they can see how the process is going. And all this data that we collect and analyze can be also used by the company when they have to do the ESG reporting, because we have talked to companies and we know that it's a big hassle. You have to fill in like many pages of Excel sheets, and it takes 6 months to collect everything. So this is something that we offer. And by collecting data, we can also ensure very good impact measurements. So everything is being collected and measured.
Thank you, Kaisa. Thank you. We're out of time, so introducing actually this one as the last pitch today. Finally, Extratique.
Would you believe me if I said that more than half of traditional pharmaceutical drugs will be replaced by cannabis and cannabinoid compounds? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Emils, and I'm the co-founder and leader of Extratique. We are on a mission to revolutionize health with the help of cannabis. All disease begins in the gut. This was said by Hippocrates already 2,500 years ago, so we take it from there. 170 million of Western populations suffer from irritable bowel syndrome. That is the equivalent of 1/3 of the EU population. It has major quality of life impairment, as well as enormous costs. Worst of all, it is not curable by conventional medicine. Therefore, more than half of the sufferers resort to complementary medicine solutions. To address this, we are creating a unique combination, which will be a herbal supplement. We take a CBD or cannabidiol-rich extract, combine it with an emerging prebiotic compound, and put it all in a nice small capsule. Our unique delivery platform allows the compounds to actually reach the large intestine and there have a synergistic effect. This sets us apart from the few competition who are developing CBD-based products tailored for gut health. More than 3 billion euros are spent on herbal supplements by irritable bowel syndrome patients annually. This partially overlaps with our already existing CBD user base, 8% of which used for gastrointestinal conditions. Together with our academic partners with state support, we're developing the technology backbone, which will be the basis of our product. Already first users are waiting to test it. We are 3 co-founders. Raitis is a PhD in biorefining and chemical engineering with experience in chemicals and pharmaceutical industries. Valdis is an ex-policymaker in climate change, now a clean tech entrepreneur. And I have extensive experience in business consulting and legal consulting in a Big 4 company. In July, we will be raising 150,000 euros to finish MVP and alpha launch, therefore looking to meet potential investors and strategic partners in distribution and clinical areas. Let's not miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. My name's Emils, I'm from Extratique. Email me, message me. Thank you.
Thank you. And inviting to the stage Emils Paupe-Balodis.
Hi.
Hello, Emils. Jury, you have 2 minutes to ask questions. Which one? Andreas, okay.
Okay. So thank you so much for a bit different approach towards the pitch. And what is the competitive landscape? Could you elaborate a bit on this?
If you look at only CBD-based products for gut health, these are just 2 companies, one of which is diving immediately into the pharmaceutical pipeline, and the other one is, it's not really clear. They have been licensing the technology to different companies, but compared to us, compared to our product, based on the information we can see, it does not really have this synergistic effect between the gut microbiota and the endocannabinoid system. It's just a very good way to deliver CBD oil to the gut. And this is our differentiator, that we take the prebiotic component and add to it.
Okay, thank you. Aya?
What is a long-term vision? Do you see other applications of this technology?
First of all, we want to explore the delivery mechanism to see if it works for other herbal compounds and maybe even pharmaceutical drugs. And in the long term, we want to also spin out maybe
semi-synthetic cannabinoid product into a drug pipeline. And the drug pipeline would also allow us to add this narcotic component, which could be very effective for the same condition. So our long-term aim is to actually spin out from this consumer product project a pharmaceutical one as well.
Okay, thank you. That is all of the sustainability track startups. And I wanted to thank you, jury, for being here, for asking the questions, for participating. I hope it was exciting for you, as I always feel like that sustainability tracks are definitely the exciting part and always give this kind of like futuristic vibe and go towards these paths that are a bit less threaded or heard before. So yeah, thank you.